So here we're going to do a bunch of things, a few main things like data validation or advanced filter, and a few small things too. But before I start, let me show you something about these tabs and commands. Now, this sometimes becomes way too big if you have a small screen, let's say laptop screen. So you can just simply go there and for instance, go there and just say either auto hide or show tabs. So I'm going to just simply do auto hide. Now those are gone. I don't see them. I got more room. If I want them, right there, and I can do whatever I want to do it. And when I come here, they're gone back. Or you can just simply show tabs only, which will be show tabs only. And now you click on it. You see them gone. They're gone there. So actually, let's keep it tabs only. Okay. So, but before even I go to data validation, I want to share something else about naming a range, which is very useful trick in Excel. So what we basically do is we name a range. So for instance, these are years of employment. So I can just select them all, or I can do Control Shift down and then right click on it and define name. It thinks that I should be naming it the years because that's what it is, but I can change to something else. So let's change it to n years, number of years, just for the fun of it. Okay. Now what you see here is n years. See, when you select this one, if I go there, if I select all of the whole thing, it tells me. In fact, I could have typed the name here. Now, what's the advantage of what I just did it? Well, advantage of this one is that now you can be anywhere in this file and this range is always there. So what's the minimum of the years? Equal to min and y. It shows up years 1. And if I come here and type equal to sum and y, is there. The best advantage of this one, other than what you are seeing, is that when you click on this one, you know exactly what it is. As opposed to column C2 to C100, which sheet, who knows what is where, because after 5 days, you're going to forget. So suppose you name one thing as price, one thing as quantity, one thing as amount paid. Everybody will know what those things are. Otherwise, you have to worry about what is A, what's column A, what's column B, what's column C, constantly going back and forth. So this really helps out. Now, suppose I want to change it, or suppose I want to delete it. How do you do that? It's a bit tricky. Go to Formula and go to Name Manager. And here you have these ones. So I'm just going to delete. And this also I'm going to delete, or you can edit if you want to. Select it and edit. And you can change anything you want to change it, but we're just going to delete it. It's gone. When you delete it, say this is gone now. It doesn't know what it is. Let's remove it. So that's range names. Now let's do data validation. But what is data validation? Well, it actually helps out in basically data entry or checking the validation of the data. For instance, my age should be within 21 to 65. Okay. What if suppose I type in, let's say 6 by mistake? Well, that's wrong, but it's there. So by data validation, you can do that easily. So the trick here is very simple. Select all of it. Then go to data. And this is data validation, by the way. Data validation. And now we can simply say, let's say choose whole number and between minimum 21, maximum 65. Done. But what if suppose one employee happens to be 67-year-old? What do we do? Make him 65? But that's not good. He may like it, but it's not good. So what we can do is come here, error alert. So here, for instance, I can put, instead of stop, warning, and I can simply say Are you sure of this age? And one more thing we can do, which is input message. I can here say age is typically between 21 and 65. Typically between 21 and 65. Okay. Now look what happens. I'm entering age here. It says me, first of all, right there, it should be between this one. I enter, suppose, let's say 45, perfectly fine. Leslie, suppose 26, fine. Jeffrey happens to be 67. Enter. Are you sure of this age? Of course I'm sure. I know this guy. Well, just joking. Okay, so continue. Now this gives you a warning. Hey, you're entering something which may not be right. You said nope, he's 67, and there we are. So that's basically is your data validation in this regard. Let's move on to departments. Now departments come from this list. So either I can type each person's department, or I can copy paste, or I can create a list of departments. That's data validation. So select again. And this time, instead of, we again go to data, again go to validation, which is right here. And now we're going to choose a list. Source. Where is my list? And that could be anywhere. For instance, just to show you, I put the list here. Select it and okay. But what if suppose a new department comes in that I may not be aware of? Once in a while, we have something new department, temporary department. So I can simply put error alert here and just simply say, are you sure? Just quick, are you sure? And here I can just simply warning. And okay. Let's select now marketing, finance, and Jeffrey is suppose engineering. So ENGG. Are you sure? Yes, ma'am, I'm sure. And done with it. Gender. We can do the same thing here too. Make a list. But I'll show you a slightly different thing, which is, again, let's select it all the way. And we're going to do data validation again. And here we're going to do is list again, but type the list right here. So let's say female, male, and undeclared. Okay. So he is a male, Leslie is a female, Jeffrey is a male, and him or her, that's a tough one, undeclared. And that's it. So these are the simple things you can do data validation, but there is more. Actually, you can do a lot more. But before I go there, let's do something else. Validation and circle invalid data. What it will do, it will find all the data which do not match the requirement, which are outside the range. And there we are. These two are out of the range, so it circled it. We can clear the circles. Clear. We're done with it. Now suppose we're going to use data validation to make sure we do not enter a duplicate names. When you're entering a product number, when you're entering an ID, you don't want to enter duplicate ones. How do we prevent that from happening? Once again, very simple, but this requires use of a formula. Okay. So let's say the names are supposed to be unique names. So I'm going to select all of these ones. And let's just go to up to 40 here. And now data validation. Now we're going to put custom. I put a formula here. I'm going to use a count if. The trick is that the number of occurrence of that one should not be more than 1. So equal to COUNTIF. Then let's say $A, $2 to $A, and I'm going to put suppose $500 or something. 500 and A2 less than equal to 1. If you know count your function, what I've done is I'm going to count how many of this name is here. If it's more than 1, it doesn't like it. Okay. Do we have any duplicates right now? How do we check? Well, easy. There and circle. And there we are, 1 and 1, 2. So we know they are there. Okay. Now suppose remove the circles. Now suppose I enter a name. Let's suppose I enter Juan. Juan. Once again, won't let us enter because it's already existing there. Cancel. So that's useful thing. Other thing also you can do is suppose many times when you enter, especially when you enter numbers or you enter spaces in between, and we just hit the space key and things kind of get messed up. So I'm just going to create something right here, just a quick show here. Let's say home, and we're going to basically so we know what we're doing here. So I'm just going to select all these ones, and again data validation. And again formula, custom. So what I'm going to do really is, again, this portion of data validation requires some experience, some trial and errors. So basically I'm going to compare what I've entered. Is it equal to same thing as the trim of what I entered? So basically equal to, let's say this will be K2, right? K2 equal to TRIM K2. So whatever I enter here should be the trim of that one. Trim basically removes the spaces on the front and the back, not the middle one, front and back. Okay. So if I enter suppose here AVANTI, nice name, fine. If I enter suppose SETHI and give a space here by mistake, space, I won't like it because there's a space there. Cancel. Space, SETHI, won't like it. Now, of course, you can give a message, hey, you got some space in there, so please be careful with the spaces. So that's about data validation. Now you can see that sky's the limit. There's so many things you can do with the data validation. I cannot show you everything. You can suppose limit the number of characters to suppose 7. You can put a maximum in there. You can make sure the number is only integer number. You can put data validation on dates. You can do bunch of things. This video is supposed to be basically to get you going. Now you can do your own experiments as you need, whatever you need. Now I'm going to show you a few more tricks. One of them is advanced filter. What advanced filter does is, one quick thing to do is find out, for instance, let's say in this situation, where are our offices? Well, they're New York, Chicago, Boston, etc. I want a list of all the cities where my offices are. You can do filters. You can do pivot tables. You can do lots of things. But one easy way also is advanced filter. So for instance, let's just go there, select all of it, including the label. And once again, we can going to go to data here and advanced filter. And now I'm going to do is unique records only, and copy to another location. And the location that I'm going to copy to will be, okay. And there we are, all my cities, easy. Now I can copy and paste, and wherever I want to use it, you can use it. So that will be your advanced filter. More things can be done, but this is one thing you can do very easily. Then I'm going to show you some formatting things. So I'm going to basically clean all data validations because we're done with it right now. So to do that, just go there and data validation. It says you have too many varieties kind. You want to erase it, all clean now. So now I put suppose 8/3, August 3rd. Okay. Now I can change this format of this date in many different ways, and you all know that. So you know what? I'm just going to just this is becoming too painful. Show all of these ones. Okay. So now we're going to do is go to home and numbers, and I put the date here, and I can see lots of choices. I can use this one, that one, all of this stuff there. But I don't have anyone that I want to use it. I want to use 3 letters for the day, 3 for the month, and 2 for the year. It doesn't exist here. But we can create custom. Now, I may be crazy here the way I'm doing it, but I'll just do it anyway for the fun of it. So let's just say MMM. 3 M's will give you 3 letters of the month. 4 M's will give you the whole thing. I put 3 letters. Then I can put suppose dash. Then I'm going to put the date, 2 D's. And then the day of the week, that will be 3 letters, D. If I put 4, the whole thing goes. And then 2 years, 2 for years, YY. And that is my very unique patented date format. Don't use it ever. You see it, it's my copyright now. August 3, Monday 20. Wow. Okay. So, and I mean, you can change any which you want to do it. I mean, you can, if you want to suppose go there again, numbers, and you can suppose put this one there. There we are. It's anything I want to do it. Another one, for instance, is let's say phone number. Let's say 214-555-233, whatever. It doesn't look like phone number format. Once again, go number and custom. And now here we can do, for instance, 3 hashtags for 3 numbers, then 3 more of these ones, and then 4 of these ones. And there's our phone number. 214-555-3456. And looks much nicer. Now, oh, by the way, this 555 is not given to any human being in the US. That's why when you see a movie, a TV show, anytime they give a phone number, it always will be 555. That could be different, 555. Because all kinds of crazy people out there, because they saw the number on TV, they'll dial that number anyway, just for the fun of it. What? I mean, you know. Anyway, so 555 is not given to anybody. That's reserved. So you can do this way. One more interesting thing you can do really is, I want to suppose put here something in there. Let's say years, then 2019 to 2020, and like this. But I really want to put them in 2 lines as opposed to 1 line. You cannot do in Excel, right? Let's put in the center first of all up there. Okay. The trick is go there and hit Alt Enter, Alt key and Enter key. And there we are. Years like this. You can put one more, Alt Enter, and 2020 is bad, very bad. And that's it. Alt Enter. Remember, Alt and Enter key at the same time. So you can do that part. And this pretty much is our coverage.